Nvidia stock was down roughly 10% on Friday and was probably one of the biggest drops we've seen in a while for this AI company. But what if I was to tell you the fun is just about to start, as this upcoming week is going to be a lot and a lot of information for Nvidia and Nvidia investors? Let me explain a little bit more in today's episode.
I want to thank the Motley Fool for sponsoring this video, and check out fool.com/Jose for the 10 best stocks to buy now. With that link, you get a promotional offer for the subscription service. Now, let's continue with today's episode.
So, like I mentioned, if you guys follow me recently on Friday, I dropped a video of Nvidia's dropping this 10% and my overall thoughts on the company, right? I kept getting a lot of comments of, hey, Jose, what do you believe about this 10% drop and what are you doing right now? So, I dropped this video about 2 days ago. Nvidia stock crashes 10%, and I kind of just showcase why. Even though the stock price is moving the way it is, I am still very, very bullish in this company. We can see right now, year to date, the stock is still up roughly 58%. In the past year, the stock is up over 181%. And just too long, don't watch. I believe that Nvidia in the next few years is going to be a way bigger company than it is right now. But that's not what I want to talk about in today's episode, right? Like I mentioned today, I really want to focus on why this week is going to be very, very important for Nvidia. And the main reason is we do have a lot and a lot of big earnings, especially earnings that deal with Nvidia directly being some of their big customers. We can see here on Tuesday we have Tesla reporting earnings, and I'm going to take a closer look at each company in a bit and some recent news that might impact the AI market and the or Nvidia in general. On Wednesday we have Meta, which is reporting earnings after the market closes, and on Thursday we have Microsoft, Alphabet, and Intel. And obviously, right off the bat, we know that huge customers of Nvidia's H100 were Meta and Microsoft. Obviously, Alphabet is a big customer, but no one as big as Meta and Microsoft this past year. We also know Alphabet, obviously, for their clouding solutions, is great to kind of understand how capex is being done in the in the clouding market. And Tesla, we know Tesla is using Nvidia's hardware to help train and some of the inferencing and some of the AI solutions that Tesla is doing. And then we have Intel, right? Intel is a big player here in the semiconductor market. So just listening to them, how they're kind of seeing the future market or the upcoming months in the semiconductor space can also paint some picture for Nvidia investors. Feel free to let me know in the comments below if you guys want me to do any of these videos or if there's any video you want me to do, especially with this huge semiconductor drop. Before we go any further, we are now on the road to 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Thank you all for the crazy support. So if you haven't and are enjoying the content, make sure to hit the thumbs up and the subscribe button. Finally, if you want to support the channel a little bit more, make sure to check out my special offer at fool.com/Jose. Now back to today's episode. Now, let's start off with Microsoft, right? Microsoft is a huge customer of NVIDIA's H100. And here I do have some recent reports that recent news articles of Microsoft dealing with data centers or GPUs. And here we can see 3 days ago, Business Insider mentioned that Microsoft targets 1.8 million GPUs by the end of 2024. And that supposedly is triple the number of GPUs it has in 20 it has right now, right? So obviously we can see that's very, very big bullish case for Nvidia if those GPUs end up being Nvidia GPUs, which I'm gonna guess most of them are. We can see Microsoft overall continues to grow and expand its data center capacity. We can see this article here from Data Center Dynamic, the Microsoft to double new data center capacities this year. And obviously, we continue to hear about this super big supercomputer that Microsoft plans to build in a multi-year time frame. I forget what's called Supergate or Stargate computer there that Microsoft and OpenAI plan to invest roughly $100 billion on this project. A lot of reports are saying that this project is going to try to ease the needs for NVIDIA GPUs, but I don't think that's going to happen, right? I think at the end of the day, if OpenAI and Microsoft want to be big AI companies, they're going to need to use the best hardware, and that's going to be from NVIDIA. The other things that during Microsoft and their earnings report that I think investors are going to want to listen to is how is Microsoft doing with their Copilot initiatives? How are they doing with their AI with kind of their Bing AI, with all the AI solutions that they're doing for the consumer, for the enterprise, for the developers, right? Are they seeing positive reaction from all those? Are they seeing positive money, positive inflow, positive on their investments? Because if the answer is yes, then I believe that's going to showcase that, hey, look, this AI market is definitely in the right direction. And we're going to start to see other companies also invest. Like they're going to see, hey, look, Microsoft is doing really well with this AI market. Maybe we should also start to focus here. So the AI space is in early innings, and if Microsoft gives us some great results, not only on them kind of investing a lot of money in capital expenditures for GPUs and other NVIDIA products, if they also give us a nice positive reaction on their AI products, I think that can obviously bode well for NVIDIA. And let me just say, even if all these companies report some great news about the AI market, Nvidia's stock price might not go up because obviously sometimes the market just does its own thing. But if we continue to hear all these great things of companies continuing to increase their capital expenditure, companies doing well with the AI market, it continues to solidify my thesis that look, Nvidia is going to be a giant in the future. Maybe right now the market's a little bit worried about this AI sentiment because they don't really understand where AI can go from here. And obviously that creates a lot of worries, and we're going to see some of the bearish cases as well. But if we hear good things from all these companies, it continues to solidify. Hey, look, even if the stock price is giving me some negative reaction, I know that I did my due diligence. I know that we're moving in the right direction. So I'm going to continue to be a super bull for Nvidia. Now, like I mentioned, another company on Thursday is going to be Intel. So Intel, obviously a huge player in the semiconductor space, so they can give us a nice insight of the overall semiconductor industry. Maybe they might mention that, hey, look, we continue to lose CPU wallet spending to GPUs and other AI accelerators. The other thing is Intel recently announced their Gaudi 3 AI accelerator chip. And while this might be a competition to NVIDIA's H100, if Intel comes out and say, hey, look, we continue to see strong demand for Gaudi 2 products, for Gaudi 3 products, we're seeing an increased demand in AI accelerations. I believe that that's going to continue to showcase that, hey, look, if Intel, who's not really who's not really an Nvidia right now in the GPU space, is getting a lot of market traction, then that also can bode well for Nvidia. So Intel is going to be one I'm going to be definitely covering. Here, Meta, right? Meta, we can see that Meta continues to open up data centers all over the United States and kind of expand its overall AI space. We know that Meta recently announced their Llama 3. They continue to release AI solutions for the consumer space. We've also seen that Meta is spending billions of dollars to buy hundreds and hundreds of thousands NVIDIA H100 GPUs, and most likely the next generation. So what we're looking for Meta is very similar to Microsoft. Hey, look, how is your AI push going? Are you guys going to continue to invest? Are you guys going to continue to buy NVIDIA GPUs? Now, next we have Google, right? Google, like I mentioned, is also reporting Thursday. Google continues to push in this AI race, especially as it combats Microsoft. Most recently, it just formed a new team for the AI market. And most recently as well, about a week or 2 weeks ago, we did hear that Google is going to be using NVIDIA's next generation Blackwell platform. So even though we might be hearing thoughts of competition from big tech giants, these big tech giants are still using NVIDIA's GPUs and using their next platform already have big orders for them. Now, if we listen to Tesla, Tesla is going to report on Tuesday, and obviously we do know that Tesla is not going to report the best when it comes to car numbers, but what we're really going to be interesting is how is their AI push going. We know that Elon and Tesla and all of Elon's companies like XAI, like Twitter and all the other companies that they're using are buying NVIDIA's hardware to increase their AI solutions. For example, Elon Musk mentioned that for Twitter or X, they are required 20,000 NVIDIA H100 GPUs to train Grok 2. And they believe to train Grok 3, they're going to need over 100,000 GPUs. The other thing we did see for Tesla eternally, that Tesla is no longer AI training compute constraint, and they are really ready for increasing their data for full self-driving. So we want to see how this is improving, how are they doing better, and what's the future of Tesla's AI push in general. Now, we did hear some bad news, right, in the overall past few months. For example, Meta and Google announced new in-house AI chips, creating kind of a competition against Nvidia. Again, I've done many videos on this in the past. A quick, too long, don't watch. I'm not really worried about any of these chips because at the end of the day, no one's catching up to Nvidia right now in terms of hardware, of terms of software, right? Maybe if I was a chip company like we see Grok with that LPU, maybe I would be worried. But for a full platform system like Nvidia, I'm not worried anytime soon right now. So obviously, all these big players are continuing to invest in their own chip design, but nothing, like I mentioned, that I would be worried about. Here we can see Meta with their Meta Training and Inference Accelerator, the MTIA. Microsoft also has the Maya 100, and like I mentioned earlier, Google did has their own TPUs, and Google also has an ARM-based CPU. So those are the companies I'm really watching for this week. So I hope you guys did enjoy this overall episode. Let me know, are you guys watching any of these earnings as an Nvidia investor? So take care, have a good day, and see you next time.